So one thing that really stands out to me
Yes.
about the NBA, G League, formerly known as D League,
Uh-huh.
formerly known as Developmental League, whatever have you, is these uniforms.
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll
Let's have
start
a
with my
look.
good. And just this today, really, spending some time researching NBA, D League uniforms, and now G League uniforms, it seems that there were like some pretty significant eras. So in
Yeah.
the early days, again, this league started in 2001, I believe.
Yep.
The uniforms seemed pretty basic, pretty classic.
Yeah.
Nothing really popped that much about any of them necessarily, but none of them were that bad. They seemed to all have this one like template.
So yeah, exactly.
And it was this, I don't know if it was Adidas template, I think it was Adidas, that had these like the same stripes. The stripes stopped short of the shorts, short of the end of the shorts, and there was a logo down there. Then you saw this other Adidas template come in where you have like the three Adidas stripes down the side of the uniform. Then you have the Nike template coming in now, which I hate. So I think in general, D League uniforms have gone from like okay to bad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
Which is just the way it is. So I had to go. That being said, I had to go to the early days of the D League to look for my good uniforms, and I found, to me, the one that's I think clearly the best. There were a few others I was considering, but this is one that really just popped to me, and it's the Los Angeles Defenders uniform. So the first thing I guess I speak for myself. The first thing I noticed about these uniforms is Los Angeles Lakers, right? So it's like no question who this team is affiliated with. So you see but I think the thing I like about it is that I love the Lakers uniforms. Regardless of my feelings for the team, I think their uniforms are pretty beautiful. Less so maybe with some of their specific looks now than like 10, 15 years ago. But I still think they're one of, if not the top NBA uniforms, and these just scream Lakers. But there's some other aspects I think that really jumped out at me about this uniform. First of all, this logo I'm actually kind of a fan of. I think that pops pretty well. I think way more than the other teams of this era. So usually they just have kind of the classic like arc, whatever the team is, Charlotte or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas this I think pops a little more. I really, really, really like these stripes. So again, this is this template from Adidas where all the teams have these stripes. They also have these stripes around the shoulders and neck. But I really like the look of this purple, white, purple, and the gold background. So these are obviously the home uniforms for the Defenders. I think these are the from the first two seasons.
The Defenders.
The Defenders. Exactly. Dumb name. But it implies they actually play defense, which is kind of funny.
May I please you to play a little bit defense? May I please you to play a little bit defense?
I think the only thing that's exactly the same is the numbers. Definitely the same number font at the time. The Lakers have since changed their numbers slightly. I really like this picture though because it shows the back of the jersey. I love the cut. So obviously this is an earlier era because the cut of NBA jerseys has changed.
Yeah.
But I really like this like classic jersey look, and I love the fact that you have the number and the name on top of the number, which is not the case today, unfortunately, in the current D League template.
Yep.
That's my good.
Yeah, I like it. I agree. And yeah, I like the like motion lines coming off of the D. Looks pretty good.
Okay, now on to the bad. And this is where you can really have a field day, I think. So one thing I didn't realize until really today, looking at these uniforms, is that holy cow, there are so many uniforms in the D/G League that are just ridiculous. Like, bad is not the first word that comes to mind.
Yes.
The first was just ridiculous, outlandish, insane.
Yep.
So much to choose from. And it was kind of the shock value. Like, I saw this, I was like, oh my gracious. This is, wow. Is kind of, okay, once I get over the shock value, are these actually good or bad uniforms? Like, it's almost hard to tell because they're just so off the wall. But these are the ones that I chose. And that is the the Delaware 87ers. Yep.
Oh my god.
That happened.
I didn't see these when I was researching.
Wow. Yeah. So first of all,
I'm ready.
I'm ready! I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
So this
Uh-huh.
was SpongeBob Nickelodeon Night that the Delaware 87ers put on, and so obviously you just get the shock value, right?
This is
Like,
unbelievable.
wow. But once you break it down, I think these are objectively pretty terrible uniforms for a few reasons. Okay, so the first thing that sticks out to me about these are like, whoa, the front of this jersey, it's going to take me like till the end of the first quarter just to read through everything that's on the front of this jersey.
Yep.
You have Nickelodeon, Sevens, 50, Rabel, the sponsorship there, like, but you just have all this info here. It's
Yeah,
like,
and it's really hard to read. I get
Yes.
you can't. I think if I were watching on TV, which
You serious?
like it's white on this pale yellow.
Yeah.
The sevens and the 50. You can't
Right.
read that.
Yeah, I think it does make sense for SpongeBob, but it doesn't make sense to actually be able to read a uniform.
Yeah, exactly.
The other point being that, again, SpongeBob does not lend himself to a basketball uniform because you have like the SpongeBob body, then you have his shirt, then you have his pants. So
Yes.
his shirt and his pants in these uniforms end up on the pants,
Yeah.
which to me is just a weird concept.
Uh-huh.
So like the tie is right like in the crotch area, which is just so weird. And then so you get this effect, kind of like 2 weeks ago or 2 podcasts ago when we were talking about that terrible like swash of color on those college uniforms. Like this really reminds me of that.
Uh-huh.
So that's like my big beef with the front of these. So I really don't like a few things about the back of these uniforms as well. One is that, again, on the template now, so even the normal uniforms, they all say NBA G League at the top like that,
Yeah.
which is annoying. But I really, really hate this. The fact that on all the NBA G League uniforms, the number is above the name. I
Yep.
really do not like that look at all.
Agreed.
But yeah, there's the SpongeBob uniforms.
I feel bad that we have to talk about my good. That being said, I think I should give some props to the good uniform that I picked because I think it is good.
Oh,
So
cool.
these are the Albuquerque Thunderbirds.
Nice.
But yeah, the way their trim is like set up. So, like you were saying earlier, very basic uniform. This one does have just the name. It just has Albuquerque arcing across the top there. The numbers are like a pretty cool classic like block look though. And yeah, mostly the trim is what caught my eye. They have the like black, yellow, and orange look going on. The way they like lined it up is just like really cool. Wonderful look. The trim around the neckline and the arms also changed when they changed that triple stripe, and it got worse. I noticed that they don't have black around the name and the number on the white jerseys, which is like one thing. I think they have yellow if they have any trim around it, or it's just the orange, which is one thing I would mention. But yeah, that and then the orange jerseys also, they just look good. But yeah, so that's my good.
Wow, super cool. My new theory is that this was a Reebok template. Then Adidas got the rights to the D League, but kept this Reebok template because the Defenders uniforms I had were definitely Adidas.
Yeah.
But that same template.
Okay.
Nice.
So this is the Memphis Hustle.
Yes.
And these uniforms, which they've worn for 2 different seasons now, there are two different versions of these, is a promotional night that they do, where, from what I can tell, it's where their fans upload to Twitter pictures of their dogs, which are then all combined into a uniform.
Yes.
Both jersey and shorts.
Oh my goodness.
And so these are the
camo.
dog uniforms. It is not camo. You may think it's camo, which would be ugly to begin with.
Oh, wow.
But no,
Oh, wow.
this is a bunch of photos of people's dogs.
I didn't see these.
All
Whoa.
of the dogs' faces.
What a choice.
Oh my goodness. It's so unbelievable. I could not.
Wow.
I like saw these and I saw a picture of just the like back of it and I was like, that's a funny joke uniform.
Yeah.
And then I saw a second one of this guy shooting a jump shot with defenders playing with the shorts, the whole get up, and I'm like, holy
my goodness.
moly. They actually wore these in a game. Everything about it is just like unbelievable. It looks so bad too because they kept the other things like consistent with what their uniforms normally look like, which is basically just the Houston Rockets look. Pretty much it's just like red and white. Yeah, but they have an interesting font, I guess.
Which, by the way, if I could interject, I actually like, because I saw these uniforms, not the dog ones, but just the regular Hustle uniforms, and I thought, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I considered picking their uniforms, having the good and bad of just this one team.
Right. To me, these ones are worse. The ones
with the checkerboard. Yeah, I agree. I think that was the first iteration. I'm pretty sure, and then the second year they did this, they blended it all together, so it was just a collage of dogs rather than the checkerboard block of like square photos of dogs' faces.
Totally thought this was a camo night. I think I came across these uniforms too when I was doing my research, and I was like, "Oh, Hunter's Night, interesting." Okay, skip. And I did not realize they were dogs. Wow.
So there's not even that much to say about it, other than that it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yep.
But
that's the word.
Very fun to look at.
Wow. So I will say this checkerboard reminds me. I saw a similar uniform for I forget what team it was. It was Grateful Dead Night, and it was a much smaller checkerboard. But they had all
just like Jerry Garcia?
No, they had like the bears, like the teddy bears.
Oh,
and just some other like random stereotypical Grateful Dead stuff in all these squares. And it was like, whereas these are kind of muted. It was like all these bright colors, like red, green, pink. Yeah, pretty insane.
That's amazing.
Do you recognize it? Do you recognize him?
Oh, is that Dax Miles?
Yeah, that's Dax Miles. God. Got to play as a rodeo clown for the Northern Arizona Suns.
Oh, poor Dax.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Dax.